Right, now we're recording.
Right, so we are recording now. Welcome to the podcast, and we're going to let Emily introduce herself this time.
Yes, hello. My name is Emily Olivia. I've been competing for 3 years now, and I just won 4 back-to-back shows, and I'm absolutely over the moon and still can't believe it. So, hi.
That is some effort, that, to be fair.
4 shows back to back.
Winning as well.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone doing that before, ever.
Oh, that just makes me feel amazing.
Like,
I
that's
can't
insane.
even believe it.
When we were discussing potential guests, I was like, we've got to get this girl on because I don't know anyone that's done this before. Like, that's insane.
Oh, really? That's just,
Yeah.
It's just, honestly, I'm still kind of in disbelief myself. Like, it's just mad because I went in to, like, PCA was my first show, and that was the one that I really, really, really wanted to win, and my heart was really, really set on it. Like, I always really try and stay grounded because everybody goes to a show to win, like everybody does. And reality is you don't know who's going to turn up on the day, but my heart was really set on winning that one. And I was like, right, I'll be happy with top 3. But in the back of my head, I was saying, but will you? But I wanted to just stay realistic because you just don't know. And there were some really, really good girls competing that day as well. So when I won that one, I was over the moon, and I was kind of like, right, whatever happens from here on, it happens because I've won the one that I really wanted to win. So I'm happy. And then it just kept going, and I didn't expect it to at all.
Yeah, well, I follow you on Instagram, and I did the PCA and NFM UK shows that you did as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw, like, every weekend it was like, oh, right, so this person just won another medal and another trophy. And I was coming away with nothing from them all, and I was like, fuck's sake, it's clearly doable. Why am I shit?
Oh, shut up. You're not shit.
It was good, though. It was a good month. But
yeah.
PCA was a really high standard show, wasn't it? Because being the British Open, I thought with it being like lockdown and everything, that was, I could see it going one of 2 ways. Either all like the serious bodybuilders were just going to have it as a year off and not prep and wait until 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Or, then it would just be like people, like first time competitors or inexperienced competitors doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was going to be all the serious bodybuilders had access to gyms over lockdown and just came and slayed, and that's
literally
what it was. Like,
yeah,
I
literally was the same. I was like, I remember messaging my coach before PCA and before Two Bros saying, oh my god, I don't know if I'm going to do it because I just don't think there's going to be like a good lineup. I just don't know, like I feel like I'm going to be the only one in my category because I did junior in PCA. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be the only one. It's not going to be worth it. And then I went, and I remember like a couple of days before, especially first timers, because there were so many really good first timers who were doing the open show the next day. And I remember looking at them thinking, shit, shit, there is competition and it is serious.
I think the guy that won my category won first timers the day before as well. So I was just like, this is like my, 3rd or 4th year? Fuck it, I'm giving up.
Yeah, literally, honestly, because when some of the first timers were incredible. There was a girl, I think her name was Veronica, and she won the PCA the PCA Open overall. She was bikini, and then she went on, she won Next Fitness overall as well.
Yeah,
and
the curly hair, dark green bikini.
Hair. Yeah, and she was insane, and I remember being like, oh my god, you're a first timer, like who steps on stage with a physique that beautiful and is a first timer?
What I took away from the season was that a lot of people doing shows and winning shows, I mean, you're obviously the exception, but a lot of people are a lot older than we are and have been doing this for years. Like, I'm 26, and I sometimes feel like I'm getting old now because I still live around a student area, so everyone's 18 near me. So I feel like a granddad. But then you go to these shows and I'm up against people that have been using stuff for like 10, 15 years, and 2 have been training for that 10, 15 years that I haven't. And I'm like, well, yeah, fair play, you deserve to win. You are a monster.
That's it, innit?
Babies in the sport.
Yeah, literally. And it's like I'm obviously out of junior now and into the open category, even though I did a few open categories this year. But like terrifies me because I'm only 23 and there are women who are like late 20s, early 30s who have so much muscle maturity and such beautiful physiques, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the open category now. How am I meant to like hold my own against that? Because like I'm hopefully next year I'm thinking about doing like the Two Bros Amateur Olympia, and oh my god, the standard of girls, like it's gonna be insane, and it makes me really nervous.
It'd be brilliant though. That's a goal to have, isn't it?
One second,
Yeah, like
back in the mirror. Oi! Stop it! No, it's you.
So Matt kind of just sits here and lets us.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys chat, and then when I want to talk about like other stuff, I'll jump in. I'm gonna let you speak, but every now and then Vincent will probably jump up and be a prick.
It looks
like me getting all the attention. So stop it.
Oh,
not bad. Carry on.
Well, that kind of leads us on nicely to, you're not a junior now going into the next year. So what are your plans and your long-term goals? What's your plan for 2021? And then like, what's your 5 or 10-year plan?
Well, I'm thinking, I think 2021 is going to be my last year for a few years, or maybe a year or two. I mean, I say that, and then the next year comes and you're like, oh, I want to do it again. So we'll see what happens. But at the moment, like, I definitely want to compete end of year for 2021, so around September, October time, which would be good. And ideally, like, I know I'm never going to top this year. I know it is what it is. Like, 4 back-to-back wins is absolutely incredible, and I never ever thought I'd achieve that. But achieving that again, you have to be realistic. Like, it's a one of a time thing, and my goals change. Like, next year my goal is going to be a top 3 placing in Two Bros in an well, not unnatural, but not a natural show,
an untested show.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So that'll be the goal, and hopefully an international comp maybe before I'm 25. So I would like to compete internationally, but we'll see what happens. Like, I think I'm going to do the Two Bros Natural show again because I really enjoyed that, and I really, really want to kind of like retain that overall. Like, I'd like to go for that overall again. But then I do really want to do an untested show with Two Bros because I know the standard will be very high in that as well, and I'd like to see how it's kind of more testing the waters and seeing where I'm placing, because ideally I'd like to get the IFBB Pro card at some point, but they don't offer that in the natural shows. They don't offer the pro cards, so I need to go into like the Amateur Olympia and see where I fall and see what needs improving. So it's kind of going to be a show to see what happens, see where I fit, see what needs to improve in order to get an IFBB Pro card, and then that's when I'll probably take a year or 2 out to build on those areas that need that little more attention to achieve that goal. So we'll see what happens.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? There's no replacement for that muscle maturity and the density, is there?
Exactly.
And yeah, you can take so many drugs and so many different protocols and different supplements, but at the end of the day, that comes with time. And it's I did the Ben Weider Classic, and I was up against guys 10 years older than me who just, some of them in my opinion weren't as conditioned as me, but they just had that thick, dense muscle, and I was like, well, I can't compete with that yet. We need to take the time out and grow. Which I'm not going to complain about, because burgers and pizza are fucking brilliant.
Innit? Cookies, mate. They're the best.
Oh yeah, that's pre-workout.
Innit? But yeah, no, it's true. Like, there's so much muscle maturity, and like some of the especially if you look at like the IFBB pros, they have so much muscle maturity. Like, the bikini girls are massive. Like, they look
really tall, aren't they?
Yeah, even though they look tiny, like on stage, when like I look at Issa Pensini, I think I pronounced that right, hopefully. Well, you know, when you only read it on Instagram and you never say it out loud, you're not sure. But I look at her, and on stage she looks like so tiny, but when you watch her training videos, there is so much muscle there. Like, it's unbelievable, but she looks incredible. And it's like, she's, you know, a Miss Bikini Olympia. That's the highest standard that ever is for bikini. Like, you cannot get any higher than that. And that's kind of the level you need to be on to be a pro. So getting to that level and getting that muscle maturity only comes with age. Like, you can't speed up your aging, and it doesn't matter really what you're taking or how much you're training. The time has to pass. Like, it has to. So you can't really speed that up.
Yeah. It's a long game, isn't it? Bodybuilding. It's not like you can change it even in a year.
That's
like,
it.
That's still too quickly to make any meaningful changes, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taking 2 years off now, and I'm just thinking 24 months away from the stage again.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's literally unbearable to think about, isn't it?
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like my parents hate me bodybuilding, and my mum's always like, "Oh, I thought you were retiring after this season." I'm like, "No, absolutely not."
I'm just taking time out. I'm just
if
getting
there was
bigger.
a show on Christmas Day, I'd sign up for it.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God. My mum doesn't kind of get it. Like, it's weird because she like supports it, and she lets me do it. And she's watched she watched the live streams this year, and she's really, really proud of me. But at the same time, I can tell she's really like, but why? Why do you do it? And it's like, when I'm dieted down to the point of near death and I've got no face, she's like, so you enjoy doing this? And I'm there on prep going, no, I fucking hate it because I hate prep. But she's like, well, why'd you do it then? I'm like, because I like the show day. I don't like the diet, mum, but the show day is good.
You see, I think I must have a screw loose, because I'm there with like the skeleton face, feeling crap, like can't get it up, can't get words out, can't do any work, and I'm just like, fucking hate this. And then was like, so why are you doing it? And then the next sentence is, I fucking live for it. This is my shit.
Yeah, literally. No, that's true.
The best.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I can do the diet. Like, you just do it. You don't think about it, do you? You just do it. You follow the plan. And I love seeing the changes every week. But it's when you get to those last few weeks where you literally like don't have the energy to even walk up the stairs, or like pick up, like, oh my God, picking up 20-kilogram plates is a workout in itself. Jesus.
It sucks. And then you've got may have like 45 minutes cardio, and you think, this is a long ass 45 minutes now.
Yeah, I got most of my cardio were just steps, so I had about 17,000 steps in the end. And it's like meaningless walking, and you know, like, I don't mind if I feel like I'm walking somewhere, but when I'm literally just walking to get steps in, you just get to the point where you're like, I fucking hate all of this.
Yeah. It's usually during the steps and the cardio that you think, nah,
why do I do this?
I was happier when I was fat.
Yeah, literally the amount of times I've been on the bloody treadmill doing like HIIT or something and going, God, life would be easier if I was just fat. And when you just contemplate, but then once you're done and you've done your cardio, you're like, yeah, I'm glad I did that.
And then you think, all right, I can go and eat now. Ooh, some lovely egg whites.
Oh my God, don't even. It's like post-traumatic stress on egg whites. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't face them at the moment.
No.
I've gone completely away from anything that I ate in prep. I've barely even eaten chicken.
Yeah, it just
can't face it yet.
I think you eat so many of the same boring foods that you just make yourself sick of them. Like, I can't go near salmon anymore because my first prep I just ate so much salmon, and now this, like, just the smell of it makes me want to throw up. It's horrible.
Yeah. Fuck that. My coach had me on a steak every other day, and I don't like beef to start with. So I was just like, Lucy, I low-key hate you at the moment, making me have like this much beef. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, I hate steak too. Like, and asparagus as well. Like, every time I had asparagus on my plan, my mum would always be like, oh, it's a delicacy, Emily, you should really enjoy it. And I'm like, who the fuck goes to a restaurant and orders asparagus? It's shit. I have
I
it
swear,
every day.
it's always
prep.
on the menu in gourmet restaurants, though.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Asparagus? That's just a normal breakfast on prep.
That's why, yeah, every single meal in prep, no matter who your coach is, what athlete you are, everyone eats like the same 4 or 5 foods.
Yeah.
Blueberries, asparagus, eggs, salmon, steak, and chicken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
We're not
They're
an imaginative bunch, are we?
No, they're just like, oh God, I hate thinking about any of them because I don't want it. I'd hate eating them so much. Like, prep just pushes you to a point where you just like, it's like whenever I have steak on my plan, my friends will be like, oh yeah, that steak's really nice. And I'm like, listen, I don't get it with blue cheese sauce. So no, it's not really nice. Have you ever ate steak in a restaurant with no sauce? No, you haven't. So don't comment.
I think
I'm literally eating beef and plain rice. Like, it sucks, trust me.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Great. Can't wait to do this all over again.
After saying all of this, leads quite nicely into like, why is it that you got in? Like, why is it you do it? What motivated you to get into competing and be a bikini athlete? And a pro bikini athlete now.
Oh yeah, I am. Never saw that coming when I started. Honestly, it's crazy. Like I remember, it's really random actually. So on my 21st birthday, I actually bleached most of my hair off. Like this does lead on to where I'm going, like with competing. So I bleached
to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, I know. It was
Matt, what
great.
did you do for your 21st?
I bleached my hair off.
It's the exact same thing.
No, I think my 21st was I near enough took my entire nose off with cocaine. Not a great birthday.
So we've had traumatic birthdays, 21st.
Yeah, I jumped off a building on my 21st. I did a bungee jump. I feel like I did the safest thing here.
Bungee jump. I thought you meant you just got really drunk and jumped off a building, which I wouldn't.
No, I went, fuck it, I'm 21, it's all downhill from now. Boom! Oh, shit, I should have done it off more than the first floor.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, but so I bleached half my hair off, and I literally had, like, a breakdown about it. Like, I was distraught. I remember my partner at the time, I went to his, like, crying, and he thought somebody had died because I was that upset. And it just kind of clicked in my head. I was like, wow, if the most important thing in your life is your hair, you really need to like get a grip. And like I just started doing loads of things that I'd always wanted to do. It was weird. It kind of like, it just made me really realize how like if that's the only thing that I've really got going for me, I really need to think about what I want to do. So I like booked to go to Australia for a month. I started like looking at doing like different hobbies and doing things that I'd never tried before. And I started doing pole fitness. And I met, I don't know if you know her, Gemma Ayres. You don't know. She competes. She does. She
listens to this, we're sorry, Gemma.
She
not
does
as big time as you thought.
She does purely. I think her account on Instagram is private though, so you might not be able to follow her. But she does a lot of fitness modeling. And when I met her, she was my pole dancing teacher at the time, and she was prepping for a comp. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll come, I'll watch, I'll support that. Like, I've never been to one before, so I'll see. And I went, and literally the second I seen her on stage, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I did, and I just did it. And I did, Pure Elite was my first show. I did a 9-week prep, just stuck to it religiously. I remember I didn't actually register for the show until like a week before, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I can stick to it. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And I got I got 8 weeks in, and by the 8 weeks I was really lean and I felt like death, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do this now. Like, I've got this far, I don't think I'm going to back out now. Yeah. So I registered, and I won my category. I won bikini junior. I placed second in open bikini, and then they do international model as well, which is like lingerie and like ballroom dresses, like more fitness modelly stuff. And I got 5th in that, so I was like ecstatic. And I remember being on the stage and like I'd really been struggling for a few years with like I was just struggling with anxiety and like depression, and I felt like I really didn't belong anywhere, and like I didn't really have a lot of friends at the time, and like it was hard because I didn't feel like I fit in with anything. And I just remember being on stage and being like, this is it, this is what I'm meant to do, this is like my calling. And since then I've made so many friends, and I've literally never ever been happier. Like it's like I knew it was what I was meant to do. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think that's a really important aspect of, you know, bodybuilding and bikini and fitness modeling that a lot of people never see and never understand, because people that aren't into the sport and don't follow it or go to the gym, they just see it as very often like starving yourselves, people abusing drugs, people, you know, missing out on social events, like not going drinking and partying and stuff. And for people where that's your priority, going out at the weekends, you look at bodybuilders and think, well, you're weird. You have eating disorders. You have this, that, and that going on.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Well, certainly my experience is really similar as you there. I found as soon as I got into the sport, everything clicked into place then. I'm much happier. I knew who I wanted to be, knew what my priorities were. And it's all those things that, you know, the mental changes that come along with it that you don't see.
Yeah.
They're what I say, my main reasons for bodybuilding now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's something that isn't communicated very well because, you know, it is a subjective state. It's not quite the same as saying, oh, look, I've got a six-pack.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people always seem to miss out on that and don't quite understand just how much, like, the gym and bodybuilding saves a lot of people from their own thoughts.
I agree 100%. And it's like, I would say, like, my view on life and my mindset has been completely changed through bodybuilding, because, like, when you kind of see that you can achieve anything just through like discipline and goals and like being motivated and being passionate and like just committing to like a diet. Like when I say it to people who don't bodybuild are like, yeah, but it's only dieting. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand the extremes you have to go to. And when you kind of put yourself through that and you really push yourself through something as hard as that, you kind of realize that if you just apply that same discipline and commitment and hard work to every aspect of your life, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And it's mad how, like, on the people who don't do it, don't see it. But if you look at a majority of people who compete, everybody is successful in what they do because they've learned how to apply that same approach towards prep, towards their life.
Because they develop the mindset, don't they?
Yeah.
Not to be blowing our own trumpets too much. You develop the mindset of, it sucks, but fuck it, I can do it.
You can do it.
You either quit or you persevere and get it done. I think bodybuilders are some of the best people out there for just gritting their teeth and bearing and getting the end result.
They're able to suffer for a while, aren't they? To know that there's something good at the end of it.
Especially our sport is like, we enjoy suffering.
That's it. We enjoy suffering for the goal at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I think it's really good to recognize that and to, like, you know, I know you say like, oh, blow our own trumpets, but yeah, you're allowed to, like, you should be fucking proud of what you do, and you should be able to like own it and be like, yeah, I do fucking work hard to get where I want to be, and I'm going to recognize that in myself. And like, it's the best way to be. Like, I always say that it's really important to stay grounded and to stay like realistic, but also don't like talk yourself down when you do something that takes so much determination and so much hard work. You're allowed to like recognize it in yourself and say, yeah, I do fucking do that, and it is hard. And if somebody like wants to turn around to you and say, oh, you're a bit full of yourself, you go, yeah, I am, because I do fucking work hard. Like, I don't care if you don't like it, you don't like it, but I do. So you know,
because a lot of people look at bodybuilders as very arrogant and full of themselves. It's like, well, chances are you've never sacrificed as much for as long as any bodybuilder does.
Yeah.
You know, you don't drink alcohol, you barely go out and have meals out, you don't go clubbing and all this sort of stuff. And a lot of people, you're seeing an awful lot more people join the sport at a much earlier age. So people are sacrificing the end of their teens and their early 20s, which are like your party years, aren't they?
Yeah.
To dedicate to the sport. And it's like, that level of sacrifice and dedication and discipline is commendable. No matter what happens when you get on stage, like, you've done that. That's a huge achievement. Like, you do deserve to be a bit full of yourself with it. I think a lot of people don't realize how much it takes. And it's like, well, I could be a lot more arrogant about this. You just don't realize what we've had to do.
I think to be successful, you kind of have to have a bit of an ego as well. Like, even if you don't look at bodybuilders, if you look at another sport, the best ones have always got a little bit of an ego. And there's a reason they've got the egos, because they fucking worked hard for it.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you look at, you'll find that it's only the people who don't do it who'll say that about you. Whereas if you look at the other bodybuilders, none of them will ever like put you down for what you do. They will always be 100% supportive, and they'll see that. They see the hard work, and like I would never look at another bikini competitor and be like, oh yeah, she's a bit full of herself. I'd go, well, yeah, she's fucking owning it. She's working hard. Like, I respect everything that she does, because we're all on the same level. Like, you'll never find that sort of judgment and that those assumptions that people make in other people in the sport, because they all recognize that we're all on the same page.
We all accept we're a little bit loopy.
Yeah, that's it.
It's such a welcoming community, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, loads of people are always really intimidated at the gym and going working out, and especially like meatheads. But then you meet us all and we're all freaking lovely.
I know, literally, like my gym, I train at Power Zone, and it's like, this year is the first year it started to get a lot more girls train there. Before then, it was like me, my coach, and a couple of other girls who were like more muscular, and all my friends would always be like, oh, I'm not going to Power Zone. Oh, it's terrifying. And I've always said, listen, like, I know it's full of like meatheads, but it's the most non-judgmental gym, the most accepting gym. Like, you could walk in there, look like anything, act like anything, and the lads would just be like, oh, you're right. And since all the girls have started coming here, going to my gym, they've all been like, I can't actually believe how sound everybody is. Like, I didn't think it was like this. Everyone's just dead willing to help and is just accepting of you. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. And you'll get literally more judgment from a commercial gym than you will from...
Because that's where the insecure people are, isn't it? Matt and I used to actually train at the same gym, and when he left, weirdly, there was a spike in female memberships. So I know correlation doesn't equal causation, but...
My bad.
Who fits, mate?
But yeah, like I do think like bodybuilding and the gym in general, like fitness, is just such a like open community, and everybody's dead accepting, and like it's because you're all like in it for the same thing, aren't you? So
it's like, it's not a team sport, but bodybuilding is the biggest team that there is, because everyone's on the same team. Even though you're competing against each other, you're still all sort of team bodybuilding.
That's it, and that's what I love. Like, everyone's dead supportive of what you do. Like, you know, you're standing on stage next to somebody who you're competing against, and you know that afterwards they're going to be, either you're going to be praising them or they're going to be praising you. Like, you're going to be there for each other, and before you go on the stage, you're going to be there for each other. Like, bikini girls are the most supportive people that I've ever met, and like, I remember when I first started, loads of my friends were like, is it not dead bitchy? Like, I can imagine it's really bitchy. And I'm like, no, it's not bitchy. Like, it's literally not bitchy at all. Like, some of my closest friends are like bodybuilders now who I've met on this journey. And it's like, they're the other side of the world. Well, not the world, they're the other side of the country. And I know that they'll be there if I need them for anything, more than one of my friends who might live down the road, you know?
Yeah.
So we've all got that same mentality. So with that in mind, what would you say to someone that, like, your advice be to someone that not even bodybuilding is like intimidated by the gym and wants to, you know, overcome that fear or even possibly get into bikini or anything? What would your advice be to a newcomer?
I think I would just say, like, just fucking make the commitment. Just do it. Like, I know it's dead easy.
That's gotta be a tagline, hasn't it? Just fucking make the commitment. I love that.
Just fucking make the commitment. Just, like, because once you commit and you believe in yourself that you can do it, like, you can just go for it. But I know, like, it's really hard to get that mentality sometimes. Like, I know a few people who are, like, on the journey to compete, and sometimes their mindset just goes into a place of, like, self-doubt and self-sabotage, and that's usually with things like that, especially when you're competing, it's your own head which is stopping you achieving it. And if you just really start to believe in yourself and know that you can do it, then you'll get there. But it's like I said, it's easy to like say all that when you kind of have that mindset, but when you don't have that mindset, it's about working on it to see that you can achieve goals. And I always think, like, if your mindset's not 100% there, then focus on making little goals for yourself to achieve, like, as you're going. So like, if you're on prep, make every day a goal in itself. So make your steps for that day, that's one goal, that's one thing ticked off. And your meals for that day, once you've hit all them, that's another goal that's ticked off. You've achieved your goals for that day, and then you can tick off the whole day. So that's one goal, that's one day done. So that's one step closer to your prep, to your stage day or whatever. But like, I always say to people who are on prep, who are struggling, if you've done a week of dieting, you're one step closer. So why would you want to undo that progress you've made? Because in 1 week, you've made a lot of progress. So why would you want to undo your progress that's getting you closer to the goal by cheating on your diet or by not hitting your steps? The thing is, like, if you look at it every time as one step closer and one more progress towards what you're achieving, then you're unlikely to go back on it, because you're like, oh, I don't want to undo all that hard work I've done, because nobody wants to work hard for something and then just undo it all by eating a cake, even though cake is great.
Cake is
but it is what it is. Like, you're always getting closer. So I think it's really about adopting a better mindset towards competing, because like, so many people want to do it but it might not be in the right frame of mind. And I think that even if you've got like the physique physically, you know, you're looking great, you can train, you know, you've got all that, but if you haven't got the mindset to commit to it, then that's where the struggle is going to be.
That mindset's a big aspect of it, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Being able to say, yep, sucks, but I've eaten my meals today, I've got my steps in, I lifted less than I used to lift, but fuck it, I did it.
What I find is, I find that confidence comes from ticking those boxes. So like, the more little wins that you get, so you said you set little targets, so just hit your steps, hit your macros, do a trading session, all of those things, they're tiny little wins, and every time you tick one off, you get more and more confident. And then it's a snowball effect. And as soon as you're in a routine and you're just constantly ticking them off, and you just go, yeah, done that, all of a sudden it's working, and you're confident, and you know you can do it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think like that's what's really important, to look at it in the small scale, because I think a lot of people look at it like, right, I've got a diet for nine weeks or 10 weeks or however long your prep is, and then they go, oh fuck, that's a long time to diet. Whereas if you take each week as it comes, especially like a newcomer, just take it as it comes. And I think as well, don't get ahead of yourself. Like, every time I go into a prep, I never ever get ahead of myself and think, right, you're definitely 100% going to be on the show. Especially this year, like, I did my prep and I just took each week as it came, because with coronavirus and everything, I wasn't sure if it was going to even happen. But like, any prep, I think just take each day, each week as it comes. You get closer. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't overthink it. Just take it as it comes. And then when you're feeling confident, it's like I said earlier, I never register for my shows until I'm pretty sure that I'm 100% going to be doing them, because anything could happen, and that's the reality. So keep it as it goes and just see how you turn out. Like, and then as well, there's not pressure on you, because I think a lot of people, they're like, right, I'm going to do this show, I'm going to do it now at this time, I'm going to register now, I'm going to pay for everything now. Yeah, I've made the commitment, I'm going to do it. But I'm like, yeah, you have made the commitment, but you've also put fuckloads of pressure on yourself to do it, because you've invested loads of money into spending registration and membership and whatever, and anything could happen. So like, you need to take an approach where you do commit, but you're also not putting so much fucking pressure on yourself that you're going to freak yourself out if something goes wrong.
Yeah, and that's so important, managing that stress during prep, isn't it?
I think that's one of the downfalls of social media as well, because a lot of people, they say, I'm going to do this show, they announce it on social media, say, I'm doing this show on this date, I'm prepping for however many weeks, then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they've got to back up what they've said there.
Literally.
It's extra pressure, because say they've got 3,000 followers, they've then got to prove that they're going to do what they said they do
Yeah.
to 3,000 more people. And it's
Oh
like,
my God, yeah.
fuck, that's
Yeah.
3,000 more people worth of pressure.
Yeah, you're absolutely
3,000 followers.
bang on. Like,
You do
people
that, mate, you
do
do that.
and then they freak themselves out because they're like, shit, I've told 3,000 people that I'm going to do a show, and now I've realised maybe I've not given myself long enough, or maybe I'm not in the right headspace. And it's like, you're putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
remember,
going to like havoc on their head.
yeah, 100%. And like, when I did my prep this year, every single check-in, I was like, yeah, so I'm this many weeks out, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to compete because of coronavirus. Is the show going to go ahead? And then shows kept changing as well, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. But like, you just keep going, don't you? You keep going every week as it comes, see how you do, and like, hope for the best, hope that you can commit to it and you can stay to it, because there's so many other factors that can affect that. And I think sometimes when people do get ahead of themselves and they register and they put everything into a show, they don't forget that there's like so many factors. Like, what if you injure yourself? What if like something like coronavirus happens? Because nobody who was prepping for shows in bloody May thought that was going to happen. You know, something might happen within your family, something might happen to you, you just don't know. So it's always important to like remember reality as well, because I think people forget that other things do happen in life.
Yeah, I actually had 2 of my shows cancelled this year because of the plague.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did
Which one?
the NPC Kingdom Classic back in March, and I wasn't ready for that one, but I was the only one I managed to get in. And I was going to do PCA Yorkshire and Miami Pro in April, but they both got cancelled. So that's why I ended up doing how many shows did I do in the back end of the year? 3?
You did 3,
Yeah.
but technically 4. Because you
So
came
3,
back.
technically 4 shows in October,
Yeah.
because I was like, nah, I look shit then. I need to sort this out. So how did you approach it with the plague and coronavirus? Like, did that change anything, or was it just a case of there was a bit more uncertainty? Did you have to manage anything differently?
Yeah, like, I think there was way more uncertainty. I was like, really, like, I was very on the fence about doing it. Like, I didn't know, because originally, like, my plan was to compete in September, do PCA Wales and Manchester, do Next Fitness Model, and then I don't think I was actually going to do 2 Bros this year. I think I was just going to focus on PCA and Next Fitness. And then obviously they all changed and got cancelled, and I was like, oh, like, am I going to compete? Am I not? And like, it was my last year as a junior, so I turned 24 in January. So it was I really wanted to get in like one more show as a junior, especially PCA. So when they announced their show in October, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. I'll just do it. And if it goes ahead, it does. If it doesn't, is what it is. So I registered for them, and then all the other shows started bringing out what they were going to do, and I was like, right, I'll do the 2 Bros Natural show because it falls just after PCA, so that's amazing. Then I did Pure Elite, which fell the Saturday after, and then Next Fitness was on the Sunday. So I was like, great, these all fall really nicely, and it's a really good opportunity for me to like kind of get a few in rather than just the one that I really wanted to do. But it was hard because like I started my prep in lockdown, and I fucking hated training at home. I hated it.
So hard, doesn't it?
It was awful, wasn't it? Like, my leg sessions took about 3 hours because I'd do like one set and be like, God, I hate this. Go off and do something else. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, I need to finish doing that. It was awful. I hated it. So I did that, and I did I think I did maybe a few weeks in lockdown training at home, and I live on the border, so then England opened their gyms, and I was like, right, I'm off, see you Wales. Then I went over to Chester and started training there, and then our gyms opened, so then I started training back in the gym. But every week, it's like I said, I was like checking in, I was ticking all the boxes, I was getting all the work done, but every week I was like, oh, am I doing this for nothing? Like, is it gonna happen? Am I dieting for fuck all? And it was like, it was horrible because there was so much uncertainty, and like it's the hardest prep I've ever done, because I also broke up with my ex-partner of 5 years during prep, and I was in a pandemic.
That's not the best time to break up with someone, is it?
No, and I changed jobs too, so there was that as well. And I was starting my own PTing business, so I basically had like a million things going on while still trying to eat chicken and rice and get 15,000 steps a day without having a breakdown.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucked.
Yeah, it was hard. Like, it was hard, but obviously, like, shows went ahead, and it was absolutely worth it in the end. Like, it was the uncertainty more than anything, not knowing whether I was doing it for nothing. And then you always get those people who like secretly hope you're gonna fail. And like in my old job, there was a couple of people who would be like, oh, but what if you've done all this dieting for nothing? Oh, that'll be funny, won't it? And you know, when you just got to like,
no, it fucking wouldn't it?
Yeah, okay, mate. Hilarious.
Many things, but funny is not one of them.
And I was just like, but those are the same people who would be like, oh, you're looking skinny, you need a burger. And I'm kind of like, it's not really okay to like skinny shame somebody, is it? Because
it'd be completely different if you turned around and went, oh, you need to stop eating burgers. Maybe you should have a salad, love. All of a sudden you're back shaming them and you're scum, but it's all right for them to do it the other way around.
100%, yeah. And like,
I remember I once had a morbidly obese guy. Like, his BMI must have been like 40. See a stage photo of me and say it looks hideous. And I was just like, the hypocrisy there, mate.
That's excessive.
You're falling off your stool in Wetherspoon. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God, it's so bad, isn't it? But people think that it's all right to say that to you. And like all the time, like it would always be the same people who'd be like, yeah, you're looking quite ill in the face. And I'd be like, thanks for that, mate. Sound like, yeah, okay, I did look ill in the face. I can accept that. But you're not allowed to tell me that, okay?
Yeah. It's one thing, like, getting the feedback when you're up on stage and having your body critiqued there, and like on social media, getting comments there, you're showcasing yourself there. But someone just randomly saying, oh, you look like a fucking skeleton, mate.
Literally.
You genuinely look like death. Like, oh, thanks for that. Yeah. I mean,
like,
I was feeling really good about myself today until you said that.
Literally. And like, there was one time where someone said it to me, and I was this was like 2 preps ago or something now, and I was having a really shitty day already, and they said it, and they were like, oh yeah, you're looking quite ill in the face or something like that, and I just started crying. And then they were like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. And then, you know, when you're kind of like, this is the reality, like now you're seeing what it actually does to someone, and you feel guilty now because I've taken it to heart, which any normal person would take to heart. So,
and they forget that, you know, yes, our sport does involve like us presenting our best form of our body and getting critiques on that. But people forget you're still talking about somebody's body and somebody's appearance and how they look. You know, if I turn around and said, oh, you look well fat, you look awful, or oh, you look a bit too skinny, you know, you don't look great, normal people would take that to heart. So it's no different for a bodybuilder. If you're, you know, and people, they don't moderate the language. They use harsh adjectives like hideous or sick. It's like, that's a bit rude.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
They forget you're still talking about me here, my body.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take this to heart.
Just imagine if someone uploaded a picture at the beach and they're looking a little bit larger. And if you commented on it saying, you're looking fucking chunky, bruv. Looking a bit like a whale. It's hideous. All of a sudden, you're scum.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I mean, we are scum anyway, Matt, but that's
That's I know I'm scum there. That's the difference.
Guys, come on, self-love here.
Oh no, we love the fact that we're scum. It's fine. We embrace it. We roll with it.
I hide myself on it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
We roll because we're getting a bit chunky.
But it's so true though, isn't it? It's like, I remember my coach put up a picture, maybe like, I don't know, I can't remember when, but she put up a picture anyway of her like lean, and I think she did like a before and after of like before prep and then on prep or whatever, and somebody commented on it, and it must have said something like, I much prefer you before. I think that how you look now is it's too much. It looks manly. It looks this and this. And I remember she screenshotted it me and sent it me, and I thought, who the fuck thinks that's okay to say because she's a bodybuilder? Like, if I commented on imagine if I commented on someone else's weight loss or transformation pic, and I went, yeah, I think you looked better before when you had a bit more weight on you, because now you're looking really skinny. It's not nice. Like, and I just thought, how come it's okay for people to like shame bodybuilders and shame our physiques? Like, but it's, if I say it on a normal person, like a normal body, like a weight loss, or just like somebody on the, like you said, on the beach or something, that's not okay. But you're allowed to say I look manly or I look unfeminine or whatever when I'm lean, and like, or insult me or whatever. It just makes no sense.
I think just the fact of having the label as a bodybuilder and calling yourself a bodybuilder, all of a sudden it opens up. People assume they're able to critique you because bodybuilding.
Yeah, definitely.
So all of a sudden they think that their opinion is actually valid and is what matters.
100%.
It's not just the feedback that, you know, fine, give feedback. That's really valuable. But people don't give you feedback. They just slag you off. And it is just like their opinion of, you know, harsh language. You think, ooh, like that's not really, no, that's not feedback. You shouldn't be saying that sort of thing. You're just a bit of a dick here.
Yeah, there's
acceptable
feedback and insulting.
Yeah, acceptable feedback is, oh, you're looking a bit flat, mate. If you're looking flat, deal with it. You look flat.
Took the bulk a bit too far there, Matt.
However, if you're just saying, oh yeah, you look really skinny, you're looking ill, you look this, you look that, it's like, that's not going to help them do anything. If you're feeling you look a bit flat, your coach can give you something to make you fuller.
That's it, yeah.
You're saying you look skinny, mate. There's
a big difference between not liking the look. You know, I've had a lot of people say to me, "Oh, I don't like it. It's not for me." Especially when I hit my vacuum, a lot of people are like, "Where the fuck are your organs? That's not normal, Dom." My mum calls it my cavity.
Oh, nice.
And you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, like it's not for me. I don't like that look. I find it weird." But then they'll follow that up with like, but like I can appreciate what you're doing and see, like you have achieved something there. I just don't like it. And feedback like that, you're more than happy to receive that, aren't you? Because it's not for everybody, especially classic. Not everybody wants to hit a vacuum.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
If you don't like it, why even comment in the first place? Just keep scrolling, mate.
That's
if you don't like it, why do you feel the need to say I don't like that? I don't give a fuck if you like it or not.
Yeah, literally.
I don't give a fuck.
Hang on, Matt. I just need to delete all my comments on your post recently.
It's never occurred to me, right? If I see something I don't like on Instagram, I won't then automatically go on and comment and say, "Oh, this is shit," or "Oh."
Yeah, you don't, do you?
I just scroll past it, and if it really offends me that much, I'll unfollow
them. Yeah.
I don't understand why people think, "Oh, I don't like it," so they need to be told that I don't like it. That you need to know that I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? But like, if I'm openly showing someone a picture and I'm talking about it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is how I look when I prep, and then they go, oh yeah, you know, I can see the hard work, but it's not for me. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you didn't really need to tell me that it's not for you. Like, you didn't need to tell me that. You could just say, oh yeah, I can see the hard work. Cool.
Yeah.
Done. Leave the sentence there. You don't need to add that last bit.
God, this is just descending into ranting about people slagging us off.
Love a good rant. But it's so prominent with bodybuilders anyway. Like it needs to be addressed a little bit more.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Because I think like people do think that they have that, because we what we do to be judged on, we do to be critiqued, and to like, you know, to
do it to get girls, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, well, and there's that as well.
How's that going
I'm
for you?
failing miserably though.
You're a bodybuilder. Girls don't like bodybuilders.
They don't like my shit chat either.
They don't like it because you're too committed to your diet and not as committed to them.
That hit home a little bit. I've had a few of them conversations.
Oh, no.
I'm more committed to his diet.
Every relationship's had that conversation.
That's your next t-shirt. From now on, you're going to have a t-shirt that says, I'm more committed to my diet than you.
Ooh, I would give you a lot of money for that.
You can wear it to your bird's house and see what happens. We'll film it.
I can't even slag her off on this anymore because she listened to the last one and heard me calling her a bitch.
Did she?
Yeah.
Fuming.
Oh, that's bad.
Dog out.
You're not a bitch. She is.
Oh no.
You fearless.
Oh, she's gonna be fuming.
Right, I'm going for Christmas tomorrow. She'll forgot by next year.
Oh, I can't even remember what we were talking about now.
Yeah, we digressed a little bit.
We digressed. We'll move on. What's everyone doing for Christmas? Because it is nearly Christmas now. It's like a week and a bit away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat everything. That's it. That's the plan. Food, chocolate. Not feeling guilty about it. That's it. That's what I'm happy with.
That's something I've noticed, actually. There's a lot of people posting how to maintain your diet through Christmas and stuff. And I'm just thinking, mate, it's one day. Just
who cares?
At the most, it's like 10 days. You know, a week, 10 days isn't going to kill you, is it?
Yeah. Even if you just have a couple of days where you just eat what you want, it genuinely is not going to, unless you are prepping. But who the fuck wants to prep over Christmas?
I know.
This is the first Christmas in 4 years I've not been prepping.
Exactly. So you must enjoy yourself. You need.
I'm gonna come back so fat.
You're crazy. I would never ever prep over Christmas.
Sorry?
I would never prep over Christmas.
We see, my thinking is I'd much rather miss out on like a week of Christmas than 3 months of summer.
Yeah,
with
that's
Barbies
true,
and beers in the sun. Woo! That's a bit of me.
You say 3 months of summer, but we live in England, so we have like a day of summer for one barbecue, and that's it.
Hey, I never said the barbecue can't be in the rain. I am in Leeds here.
Oh God. See, I have never thought of it like that, to be fair. But I also don't like being lean in the winter because it's fucking cold.
Yeah, this is the first year that I'm sat here like, ooh, I can actually feel my fingers and toes.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah. I'm not walking around with a hot water bottle down my pants.
Yeah, and that's weird when it's in the street that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Walking through campus and I'm just like, oh, don't mind me, it's just a hot water bottle, it's not my bulge. I wish it was.
Oh God. See, I would rather prep it over summer and be lean in the summer and look good, even though I can't actually do anything to show off the leanness because I am depleted and not allowed to drink.
Yeah. And the effort it takes to do anything, like you can't even be asked to go sunbathing because you're like, oh, that involves moving.
Yeah. Oh, taking my clothes off. Oh.
Yeah.
Literally, everything's an effort, isn't it?
Oh, it involves standing up from the sofa. Nah, I'm out.
Literally, when I got my bikini this year, it came in the post, and I remember it took me about a week to try it on because I did not have the motivation to take my clothes off and try it on. Every time I looked at it, I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure it'll fit. I'll just wear it on show day."
See, as soon as my bodybuilding thong trunk things arrived, my mate was here, my coach Lucy, and I straight away pulled them on, and we've got a video somewhere of me coming out of the bathroom, and I've never made such a high-pitched noise.
I have.
Like, a man should not wear a thong that revealing.
I have that video, and I'm getting it immediately.
Oh, honestly, all the dogs in Leeds just started howling.
She said it's a group chat, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got it somewhere. Hang on.
Oh, I want to see this now.
It's a brilliant video. We're going to have to edit this bit out so we don't have like 5 minutes of us trying to find a video of Dom.
Don't you worry about that. I don't edit these videos no more.
It was a good one though. And I was just like,
keep vamping.
It's a bit breezy down there.
Like,
and then I like to go down into like I call it my praying mantis where like one leg's out to the side and like squatting down, and I'm like, I could full on see myself doing a Will from the In-Betweeners. We all know the scene I'm referring to.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just like, this shouldn't be a thing.
No. Yeah, to be fair, men do have to wear like the most minimal bottoms I've ever seen in my life.
Weirdly though, it's actually well comfy.
I don't even bodybuild and I wear one around the house.
And it doesn't even compete.
I just think it's comfy.
Just for comfort.
Yeah.
So I've not found the video, but I found one of me twerking in it.
That'll do. I'm struggling to find the video anyway. If I find it, I'll edit it in. Look at it.
Oh my God.
Right. OnlyFans. Let's do it. Let's make it happen, Dominic.
This is my posing sessions not actually doing any posing, just pretending to twerk.
Just
And then
making
every
the
time I
most out
walked
of
off
that
stage, I
black
would like
line.
spank myself.
I'm really
And
upset
honestly,
that
I
you never
think
did
my
that.
coach was furious when I didn't actually do it on the day.
I'm a little bit mad at you as well. Next
Oh
up, I
my
expect
god.
a full twerk.
Honestly, it was brilliant. But I came out of the bathroom when I tried on my thong, and I was like, it was
Oh,
not manly at all.
no. Oh, that's so funny though.
Oh, there go the dogs in the neighbourhood barking.
Oh god.
Right, well, we are actually coming up on an hour now, so I feel like on that bombshell, leave the listeners with a lovely mental image of me twerking in a thong.
Not only
I
will they
think
have
you're
a
gonna have
mental
to
image,
upload that video somewhere.
yeah,
We'll have to put it on
I'll
the
switch
Instagram.
it on the
won't
end of this video as a little treat for anyone that's made it to the end of the video. You get to see Dom's anus near enough.
Yeah,
we? And
yeah.
that's Christmas come early.
Excellent.
You
Right,
better empty your stockings and your sacks when you see this video, everybody.
oh, that reminds me. Lumberjack Sucks, we're having a Christmas sale. We're going to get 10% off the entire website. All you have to do is enter the code empty sack on the website.
Lovely code.
I do like
You
that.
get 10%
I like that a lot.
So, yeah, there's a little reward for staying to the end. You get to see Dom's anus and a 10% discount code.
What else do you want at Christmas?
There is literally no better incentive out there.
No, that's the best gift you could get.
Exactly. An empty sack. Right, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Are
let
you
me
not going to
meet
ask Emily the
you.
question that you ask everybody?
You what?
It always goes the same way, mate. It's always the same answer. I feel like we need to pick up a new...
Law of averages, it can't be the same answer every time.
All right, let's do it. Right, would you rather
Okay.
puke every time you sneeze or shit yourself every time you laugh?
Shit myself, because I literally have I have a phobia of people being sick and being sick. Like
I
a really
was
bad
I've got
one.
a phobia of sneezing then, and I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
I imagine feeling after sneezing going, oh, it's coming!
No, that would be awful. No, I'd rather shit myself. That's fine.
Oh, we have a different answer.
Why does everyone else say the other
No,
one?
Yeah, I think it's because everybody like that we speak to, they laugh a lot. So I feel like they just don't want to be changing the pants that often.
Honestly, I don't think there's enough pants in the world for me to laugh that often and shit myself.
To be fair, I would rather that, because the whole being sick thing freaks me out to another level. So, yeah, not for me that.
That's fair enough.
On that bombshell.
We'll actually leave. Right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much for appearing on our podcast.
Speak to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on your shows. We'll
Thank
catch you
you.
later.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
See you later.
Peace.
Bye.
Nothing to shit is this? The tag is bigger than my ball bag!